Okay, welcome back with As Ye Are Gods, School of the Gifted. This is a energy convergence, and I'm glad to have you here. I wanted to start this video off, bro, mainly to talk about the reality of psychic attacks. I am here to speak on schizophrenia directly. I am also here to speak on some of the advanced topics of psychism, and magic. Magic in the sense of human cosmic vibrations from the mind. This is what they are studying, but they are studying it in a primitive way. As the body is one of the most advanced technical organisms on this earth, I am in tune with the realms of cosmic intelligence that will give me the informational sense of right authority, of course being Prince Jah and the New Nation. But aside from being a part of that, I am still a high-level scientist, physicist. I am not, but definitely that motherfucker, bro. So let's talk about some of these psychic attacks that y'all have been experiencing, bro. The psychic attacks are real. They are emanating from a place. See, we have to become in tune. Shut it with the mind. Let me explain. The mind in one's head is there. Now, as we know with the body needs to receive electrical stimulation or stimulation from its environment, the outer shell realm of existence. Is consciousness that we experience is considered perceivable based off of the connectivity with the body and the mind, along with the soul giving all thing intention in life. Now, how does this work in conclusion with the psychic attribute of attack? We will start at attack because I realize that the generation of individual creators, gods, goddesses, individual humans, whatever the fuck, he, she's, and transvestites, all of you stupid motherfuckers, got the wrong mindset about the vibration that you can receive intrinsically throughout the cosmic universe. Now, we have all been in tune or have become in alignment with the frequency of the internet, not necessarily because the frequency has not been able to be deduced based off the mind, but you can conclude that may not be true depending upon the subject, the individual subject that you can find to do these tests upon, to see whether or not they can perceive the radio stations, to see if they can perceive the vibrations, to receive or conceive of the what one would say as the radio signal, radio frequency, RL, that is being transmitted throughout the air on Earth and from the universe of God. Now, how do or does one end up in an attack? How can you end up in a psychic attack? Well, this psychic attack is, like I've mentioned, emanating from a place. It has a source. So it is important for one to deduce the terms of the attack. Now, psychology, in this sense of being, comes back as a responsibility, as most individuals consider their minds a tool, something that they can use, but they do not consider their souls a tool. They do not consider their spirits a tool. They consider their minds a tool, which becomes a separation between the doer and the does, or the has, or whatever the fuck. And essentially this becomes even more intrinsic, because we will get into the soul doers, the soul creators, the soul crafters. There are other who soulfully work against God, but at the same time we have a lot of individuals who have just been necessarily in need of the attunement to the vibrations that are being received, so that you can understand these frequencies and you can break down this music or these words or these ideas, thought forms, patterns, visions, all things on this earth. Since we do know, quantumly speaking, we are all in motion, whatever the fuck you want to do with that. Now, or that you are doing with it, because I hope that you are doing what I think you are doing with it, which is what I would do if I had the tools to do the things that I would do with it. And also the experience and the soul work. Now, we have not tapped directly into these attacks. These attacks can come from your family members, from your friends, from the outer environment, from internal stimuli. There are people who internally they need to be stimulated, so their attacks come from internally. Some people are externally stimulated, so their attacks come from the external environment more. And then when I say these, I don't mean like a physical attack. I'm talking in a psychological stance, a psychological manner. It's as if when you look at a human being and they look at you back, well, that's the same basis of this examination, as if you were being thought about, whether or not directly or whether or not addressed. You can be addressed in the psychological realm. Yes, you can be addressed in the psychological realm. Yes, I will address all of you in the psychological realm. Bow down. Suck my dick. Thank you. I appreciate the like. That's all it was a Facebook like. Everybody gave me a Facebook like. Let's keep moving. We got more things to do in this world. We got shit to do. Such as get my people on the right frequencies to create the world that I want. And so we're going to do that. And so that's pretty much what I want to speak on today. These psychological attacks will emanate from people, places, things, objects, personas, personalities, character traits, experiences that you may forget. All things of the mind, because time and space are not linear unless you are observing time and space together. So depending upon the mind's context, which does not operate within that frequency, which operates off of the frequency of time, the mind does not really operate in time. It is on rhythm. It is in rhythm. Maybe it does operate in time. Maybe things happen in synchronicities, such as bathroom breaks or hunger and things like that. Maybe whatever. Some people's mind might operate on time, but generally speaking, there are minds who operate intrinsically above the body, above the external, internal stimuli. And so when you are at this particular point, or as you should be as you're watching this video, then you should comprehend the fact that you can then receive these in tune inflections of thought, idea, forms of reality, or just continual desperation from it, be it the devil. Simply the devil. We don't have to put a place any blame on it and say, oh, no, it was just the devil. We can just say it was just the negativity. We can say it was just the darkness. We can say simple things in order to eradicate our confusion with these ideas that have reverberated themselves back into our reality and made us succumb to a experience or suffering of attack. Now, the devil works through spirits, souls, bodies, beings, places, environments, all things. So we have to be able to examine these things in the vibration that he is saying to you, or that you may be responsible for being able to receive, be responsible for being able to decipher. I can decipher certain attacks because I know where they're coming from. However, certain things happen or do not happen, and I just have no idea, no clue. Same for you, and same for us all. We are all the originators, and we're all able to be addressed. So this is the end of this video, bro, and I'll expound on this with the understanding of psychic attacks. Thank you for coming to As We Are Gods. We will have a great time. We have a lot of more things to talk about, a lot more discussions about the body, human mind, transcendence, this consciousness, these new senses that I would like to explore with you guys, a lot of other things that I would like to bring to the table, because there are a lot of things that need to be discussed. We are, of course, being observed. We will always be observed because we are to be observed. We are the gods. And since we are the gods, we shall remain in right and allow them to write for us. If they transcribe our knowledge, then great. If they relate to our knowledge, then great. If they have the knowledge, then even more great. Beautiful. Now we can move forward. But then if us as the actual true gods, the ones that deserve the right at this point, you guys have taken the knowledge, but we have the right. So the right has been given away because you are all wrong. So now we have the opportunity. Most of you are wrong. Not all of you. Most of you. But in balance, I would like to say thank you and goodbye.